I'm Matt. I'm a senior tax associate from KPMG. I'm 25 and I recently passed the CPA. I first heard from TAPA Institute when I was actually working and studying for the CPA. One of my coworkers, Allie, was also studying. She told me that she was getting this really great help from TAPA Institute, recommended their services to me, and that's when I started using TAPA Institute to start studying for the CPA. I used both TAPA Institute's tutoring services and bootcamp services. Each week, I would go over a certain chapter or section of the CPA exam that I was studying. Whenever Sabine would hear hesitation or uncertainty in my voice, she would actually stop me and have me explain to her what the topic was about, so that it always kept me on my toes. And we went over into extreme detail every section that the CPA exam was actually looking for, areas that were frequently tested, and especially areas that I was still struggling with. We would go over sections in enough depth that I was understanding it, and I was also honing in on topics that were most specifically going to be tested. My experience with TAPA definitely helps with my experience in actually working now, is that I feel like I need to hold myself accountable all the time. Using TAPA, I felt like I could just get by with just a little bit of understanding and not putting into the full effort into actually understanding what I was doing, aside from even just studying the CPA. And now after using TAPA Institute, I have much more of an ability to take that step back and say, do I know this? Do I understand this? And can I explain this to somebody who knows it much better than I do? I chose TAPA Institute's services over other tutoring services because I knew there was a guarantee of personalization to each client. Sabine would always be there for you, even if you needed to text or call her before an exam, and she would be ready to answer all of your questions, to calm you down before the exams, to make sure that you kept your eyes on the prize. And that's something that I don't know if other tutoring services would be able to offer, is somebody who is 100% dedicated to always fulfilling your needs, and to be able to do that to so many clients at once. During the boot camps especially, Sabine will give you a lot of very realistic analogies to her examples, none of which I could probably say on camera right now. She would be very real with you and very real world, and give you perspectives on how to think of accounting things and actually just put them into real life language, and give you these really funny examples of whatever's going on in the world. She could turn like a positive light on and say, you see what's going on here? This is exactly what you're learning in BEC and audit. And it's incredible how she can make a comparison from this and that and just put everything into accounting terms. I frequently recommend TAPA Institute services, especially to my coworkers. When you are working and studying for the CPA at the same time, it is extremely difficult to be able to do both very well. And using TAPA Institute gives you that extra push. I do know a handful of people who are struggling with working and studying and could really use that extra benefit of that extra understanding of the exams. Something I'm very grateful for using TAPA Institute is that Sabine was always extremely energetic and really motivated you to get the CPA exams done. I know that before every tutoring session, I studied twice, 3 times as hard as I normally would, because I wanted to make sure that she knew that I knew what I was doing and that I was absorbing the information, and I was constantly motivated to keep going. And she is your biggest cheerleader, your biggest advocate. She is happier for you than you are happy when you pass. And that's something that really stands out about her and her services.